Good day, everybody. Welcome back. This is John with SB Coin Cowboy and Bushcraft. This is part 4 of my Bushcraft kit. Now, typically what I normally would do when I'm out here, especially if I'm gone for either a day hike or if I'm only going to be gone for a while, I typically like to make something. Well, fortunately, it's kind of warmed up a little bit, so it's a little bit too warm. There's a nice breeze blowing, however, and the clouds are coming in just a little bit. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is whip up some Bannock. So the bag mixture is pretty simple. This is actually it right here. Most of the main ingredients have already been mixed into it. And I've also got an extra thing of flour here just in case I need it, because I have a tendency of using too much water. Two of the things I'm not going to be making is going to be coffee and water, although I might make some coffee. I haven't decided yet. Coffee and the other breakfast. But I might. I haven't decided yet. So the first thing I want to go and do is just pour some water into a cup. Might need it. Obviously going to need it for the mixture. And this is the mixture right here. It's got a couple of the basic ingredients: some flour, baking powder, some salt. What we're going to try and do is we're going to try and bake it using my MSR Boogaroo set. And we're going to do something a little bit different with that. We're going to use that, cook that on top of the 180 tack stove. I haven't gotten the fire going yet. I figured it's a good idea for me to get the Bannock mixture going first. So what I'm going to go and do is pour the mixture into my bowl here. Put the trash bag into the garbage can. Oops. Don't want that to happen. There's water tipping off of my hat because of the sweat, so but it should be okay. A little dirt doesn't kill it. Okay, so now what I want to go ahead and do is just pour a little bit of water into my mix. One other thing I forgot to mix in, just a little bit of olive oil. Not a lot. Pour a little bit more water. Got some flour on my clothes, but that's okay, no big deal. Now you'll also notice I have the collapsible sink right next to me. Now I do have a little bit of the flour from the batter mixture on the table, but that's okay. Dough is actually at the consistency I want. So I'm going to go and let that sit in there for a couple minutes. Get cleaned up, get the fire going. Alright. So now what we're going to go and do is get the fire going. In case you're wondering about the knife I'm using the Charade SCH F26. It's a great blade overall. It's got a bit of a recurve to it, but that's okay. Go away from me to learn something new. Sorry, there's a branch hanging right above this fire pit, right above this fireplace here. It's kind of bugging me. That's okay. I can work with it. Alright, so what I've gone ahead and done is gone ahead and trimmed some of the wet fire. I'm going to set the tinder, the lightning nugget right there on top. So when it catches, when the wet fire catches, it will actually catch the lightning nugget at the same time. Got some firewood set up right here. I've got some shavings here I'm going to use to help get the fire going. About 3 strikes, but it gets it going. I avoid trying to gain some of the sticks off the ground. At the same time though, some of the sticks that you pull off the ground can sometimes be a little bit drier than the stuff that's on top. So we're going to go and let that warm up. Make sure it engulfs all the wood. Once it does, I'll show you what the next plant's going to be doing a little bit later. Alright, so we got the fire going pretty good in the 180 tack stove. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go in and warm up the pan. Now you'll notice that the pan does not have the handle, and there's a reason for that. I'll explain that in a little bit. Once the pan gets hot enough, we'll go ahead and put down some, whoops, there we go. We'll go ahead and put some olive oil in there. What's that? One thing I want to try and do is I want to keep the heat constant. A little bit of olive oil. I'll grab my Bannock mix. I want to make it nice and flat. I don't want to make it too flat. Now what I want to do is I want to put this right there on top, just like that. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create an oven. So the heat will actually allow this, the Bannock, to mix, to actually cook all the way around. I also want to make sure though I keep my fire going. While that's cooking right now, I'll go ahead and make some coffee, get that ready, bring it back in a minute. So in case you guys have not figured it out yet, this is actually part 4. It consists of, besides me doing this, trying this new thing with the Bannock mix, this also consists of cooking, my cooking gear. So we got the 1E tack stove, dish soap, now there's a few different ways I can light this. I can use my striker. My fire striker that I have, or I can use a lighter. Either way works. The other thing I also need is some water. There's not really much left in the stainless steel bottle that I keep in my haversack, but I want to save this, so I'm going to go ahead and use one of the other bottles that I have. So we poured about 32 ounces of water into this pot. Should be more than enough to make some coffee. So we're going to use the striker along with my SEHF 26 knife. Obviously the wind's blowing a little bit too much, so that's okay. We'll go ahead and use the other one. I almost lost my ferro rod. Ferro rod does work though. There we go. Better go and check on our fire. Alright, so water's just about there. We got some sugar, got some creamer, and of course, coffee. Just about ready. I'll go and put some more wood in the fire, get to check on the Bannock. Bring you guys back in a minute. Okay, you guys have definitely got to see this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I am very, very surprised that actually worked. I didn't think it was going to work. Looks so good right now. Oh my God, look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Oh man, I'm looking forward to eating this. Alright guys, water's been boiled. Oh yeah. Coffee's ready. Coffee's good. But I'm anxious to try it in my Bannock. Because if it worked the way I hoped it did, just found me a new way to cook Bannock whenever I go out camping or whenever I go bushcrafting. I know one thing for sure. Gotta make sure I bring a dry cloth so I can dry everything off when I'm done. Alright, let's give this a try, shall we? Oh, look at that. Golden brown on the outside, burnt on the bottom, which is okay. But it's fully cooked on the inside of that. Look at that. That is beautiful. Coffee's nice and hot too. Let's give it a try. It's cooked perfectly. It's just cooked perfectly. Now, another item I would have cooked up would have been this. It's a little late now. It's about lunchtime. So this is actually going to be pretty much my breakfast for today. So I'll save this for another time. But all in all, today was a great day. I mean, I got a good hike in. I did about 60 minutes with all the stuff I had in the pack plus the haversack. So all in all, I had a great time today. Today was a great day. And hopefully there's more to come. I look forward to it. So guys, I appreciate you joining me for another video today. This is the fourth and final video of my bushcraft kit. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a great day. Wish you all the best. This is John with SB California Bushcraft. Strength and honor. Be well. Have fun. Thank you.